So, what I want to do is talk about how you can get sales on day one. Now, a lot of people think that this isn't possible. It's pie in the sky dreaming. It's something that can't be done. But actually, getting sales on day one is possible. And it's actually quite doable if you do things a certain way. Now, obviously, if you think about it, if you were to build something, don't talk to anyone, build out an idea that you think is going to work, and then go off and try and sell it. Now, that's actually, it's highly, highly unlikely that it will work, that you'll get sales straight away. But what you can do, and what is completely different, is if you plan before, if you go out and you validate the concept that you've thought of, and if you start talking to customers, then what you're doing is not only are you going to build something that customers want, because at the end of the day, they're the people who pay for it, but you're also building leads and you're putting the question in people's minds, and you might even potentially sell the product. A while ago, I was going through a customer discovery process. I had a tool. It was called Hire an Entrepreneur, still running to this day. And I was going back and I was reviewing, how customers interacted with this thing. I wasn't actually starting out. I had done it for a while at this point, but I started having customer discovery interviews with people. And off the back of that, one of them actually bought the product. So if you go out and you have an idea, you want to start a business, if you go and speak to people beforehand, and you actually start talking to them about the problems that they're having, there's a chance that you could actually start selling the product then. Let's say, for example, I've got this tool, it's in HR processes, they spend loads of time inputting information into a system, into Excel, let's say, and you've built this thing, or you've got the idea for this thing that could save them so much time. If you go and build this thing, then you've got to say, let's say we launch it on day one, you then got to spend, the next 6 months selling the thing. But if you, on the day one of having the idea, go out and start speaking to customers and actually get in the minds of the customers, not only will you actually build a better product because you actually speak to them about the problem, and you'll probably unearth a load of information regarding the product you never thought of before, and you can build a better product. But you're also putting it in their minds, and they could actually say, yeah, if that is really, really going to solve my problem, they could then become a potential buyer. So if you want to sell on day one, the best way to do it is actually line up the sales ahead. When I go through and I build products, the process is usually what's the problem, what's the solution, early stage traction, MVP, then launch and learn. Problem. First, you've got to go and validate the problem. You've got to actually make sure the problem does exist. If the problem does exist, go out, speak to a few customers, do 10 interviews, then you'll probably get a really good idea. And also record the calls, bang it into ChatGPT, and then ask it to assess what the patterns are. You're going to learn loads. So once you've done that, then go to the same customers and say, this is what the solution is going to be. So then we've got the solution. If they like it, brilliant. Also, if you don't have a solution, then what you should do is just ask them what the solution would be. The best way to design solutions is ask the customers, if you had a magic wand, how would you fix this thing? We've got problem solution fit. This is amazing. The next step is early stage traction. We've got in a sample size of 10 people, them saying that, there's problem solution fit. This is a good thing. What you need to do is go beyond them and then start asking people at scale, up to like 100, 150 maybe, get a waiting list. So you've got that waiting list, so you know people are interested in this thing. If people are interested in this thing, you've got to take the next step to build an MVP, and then you're seeing if they'll actually use it. Now, around this stage, you'll probably be getting in your first customers. Can sell at the MVP stage, it is possible, or you can sell beyond it. But at this stage, if you've gone through those processes, you've spoken to people, you now know that you could have potential customers. If you got to that stage, you could potentially have people buying. So if you want to sell from day one, start to speak to customers, warm them up, and actually start showing them value and start a narrative around a product that could actually solve their problems. And then they're going to line up and buy. A waiting list as well. Then you can have loads of these individuals that all fit a certain sample set, then all fit a certain criteria, that all come from the same place in the market. Then that's brilliant. Then you've got loads of people to sell to. Also, you would have defined who exactly it is that will buy from you. So that's the best way. If you want to sell on day one, don't just build something that you don't know anyone wants and then try and sell it. Build something people want and speak to them before the launch. That's how you sell on day one. But day one, of course, is the day one of the launch. So go and build it and let me know how it goes.